Hello, community. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching this from. I do thank you and I do appreciate you very, very much for coming and taking a look and learning about how to become a pro in the network marketing industry. This is 7 steps. If you haven't seen it, I'd say go back and watch my other, from the beginning because, this will help you, but going back to the beginning will make you realize that, going to each one it builds upon the next one. As I said, you need 3 confirmations on the telephone calls, the last one, and this one is pretty interesting. It's this is a step 8, and it's get off the phone. Okay. Remember, you're in a hurry, and why people people say, well, if you're in too much of a hurry, they now don't want to get involved with you. Well, you know what? In the big scope of things, if people are making things happen, and that's the kind of people, there are 3 groups of people, okay? They're the ones that make it happen, the ones that are watching it happen, and the other ones that are, wondering what's happening. And, those are the posers, the amateurs, and the professionals. Professionals know what's going on, and they find out what's going on before the person says, the prosers will always go, what was the call about? Or, they don't want to get on the calls, and don't ask me why they don't. Most people are like that, 80-20 rule, where 80% of the money is made by 20% of the people. Ever heard that? Or 80% of the work is done by 20% of the people. Why? Because people don't know how to invite. If they knew how to invite, they probably would, but they don't. They've never been told. They've never been helped. Well, I'm here to try to help you. Okay? Remember, you're in a hurry. Right? Once you confirm the appointment, the best thing to say to someone is something like, great, we'll talk then. Gotta run, hang up the phone. Too many people make an appointment and then unmake it. Why? By talking and talking and talking. Someone that just can't let you go and they just keep talking and talking. Well, that's called throwing up on somebody, telling them everything they got to know. And then they don't want to know anymore because you told them everything. You can't stop talking. It's called diarrhea of the mouth. They just want to talk. They can't stop talking. They don't know how to be quiet. Be quiet. And that hurt me in my career in the sales industry. I couldn't stop talking. And I couldn't make a sale. Until my managers told me, when I told them, hey, I'm getting ready to give the guy a price. We'll give him the price. As soon as he gave him the price, he said, now shut up and call me back when he buys. And sure enough, the guy said yes, because I gave him time to think. If you don't give somebody time to think, you talk over their thought pattern, then they'll be like, no, I don't want to do it. No, sorry. And you're like, why not? Well, because you can't shut up. Okay, that's the reason. Remember, our goal is education and understanding. Remember that. Education and understanding. Those are the 2 things we're trying to do for people. And we're going to let the third-party tool do most of the work. Why do you want to do all the work? Let the third-party tool do the work. Send them a video. Tell them to get on a Zoom. Let the Zoom call make the call. Because they want to see social proof. People have to see social proof a lot of times. They're not just going to jump into something because you're in it. Typically, you won't jump in it at all because you're in it. Here's some examples of, say, of the 8th step. A person who hates their job you might want to use a direct approach, right? Hey, don't know if you have a lot of time, hey, I don't have a lot of time. Put it on yourself. I don't have a lot of time to talk. That means they say, oh, good, he's not going to sit there and talk my ear off. Okay, now he's open. But it was really important I reach you. Oh, what's so important? Listen, you're one of the most financially influential, intelligent people I know. Oh, really? Okay? Um, I know, and I've always respected and that about you. You complimented them, and you did something psychologically to them. You pumped up their ego. When you told me you didn't like your job, were you serious about that? Were you just kidding around? They say, and they were say they no, I was serious. You know, great. I think I found a way for you to create an exit strategy. I have a whatever you have, a tool, a CD, a DVD, a Zoom call, or a pre-recorded call that describes what we're talking about better. And then I can. You might say, well, where is it? Well, it's over there in Grace. Go over in Grace. It's there. The presentation's there. You can give that to them. You can practice on them. You know, and if I gave it to you, would you listen to it? Would you watch it? You know, if they say yes, then you say, when do you think you could listen to it? For sure. They say Tuesday. So if I call you Wednesday morning, will you have received it or reviewed it? For sure, right? You will have reviewed it for sure, right? And they might say, well, yeah, okay. All right. I'll check back with you then. What's the best number and the time for me to call you? They give the information. Got it. We'll talk then. Gotta run. Thanks. Now, another thing you might want to do is if you're calling somebody up, you want to always think about their schedule. You don't want to just start talking. You want to call up, you want to say, hey, Joe, or hey, Sally, or Smith, or whatever it is. You can say, now this is whoever your name is. This is John. Hey, listen, this is Stephen. Hey, let me ask you something. Did I catch you at a bad time? Do you have a minute? You know, ask them if they have a minute. Do you have a second? I'm not going to spend a lot of time. This is going to be real quick. They're like, oh, good. He's not going to talk my ear off. Okay. Okay. So this is a good friend, an indirect approach. Okay. It says, hey, I'm running out the door, but I needed to talk to you real quick. Okay. Do you have a second? Great. Listen, you've always been a supporter of me, and I appreciate that so much. I've just started a new business though, and I was really nervous. Before I get going, I need to practice on someone friendly. Would you mind if I practiced on you? If they say sure, great. If I gave you a DVD, if I gave you a video, if I gave you something, a tool, something, if I gave you this or I gave you that or whatever it is, you make the decision of what it is that you want to give them. I know Grace don't have a video or DVD, but there are things you can show them that laid out the information for you in a professional way. Would you watch it? If they say yes, it's about 15 minutes long. When do you think you could watch it for sure? They say Thursday. So if I call you Friday morning, will you have reviewed it for sure? You will have reviewed it for sure, right? And then they say yeah, and you say fantastic. What's the best number to reach you or to call you? And they give you the information, right? Great, we'll talk then. Gotta run. Thanks. Goodbye. Click off the phone. Don't spend another time on the phone. But make sure you write down where you're going to call them. Make sure you get back to them. Make sure that you are on that part, that you're going to do that. That you're going to get back to them. So then, here's a highly successful person. This is a super indirect approach. I know you're busy and I have a million things going. I know you're busy and I have a million things going on myself. But I'm glad I caught you. You've been widely successful, and I've always respected the way you've done business. And you may be on the phone. It says, I've recently started something new, and I was looking for someone sharp, some sharp people, and I thought of you. It's clear, I thought of you, but I thought of you because you knew these people, and I clearly know it's not for you, but I wanted to ask, who do you know? Who do you know that's ambitious, money motivated, and would be excited about the idea of adding a significant amount of cash flow to their lives? What do you think they're going to say? You know, they say, I do know some people. And it says, I understand that you'd want to know. They might say, well, I gotta know what it is. They say, I understand you'd want to know more about it before you recommend people. I do have a, whatever tool it is, a DVD, I have a video, I have a link, I want to show you, have something that you can give them that explains the business to them, explains it to them. And then exactly what so that you know exactly what I'm doing and the kind of people I'm looking for. It's brief. If I send it to you, would you review it? If they say they would, thanks. When do you think you could view it for sure? They might say next Monday. Okay, so if I call you Tuesday, you will have reviewed it for sure, right? Okay, I'll check back with you then. What's the best number and time to call you? They give you the information. Okay, great, thanks again. I appreciate it so much. Talk to you then next Tuesday, and say goodbye and hang up. Don't say no more. A cold market prospect who's done a good job selling you something, like maybe a car or something, you're in a store and they did a great job. You say, now isn't the time because you're working and I have to go to get into this and have, to go basically, but you are super sharp and I happen to be looking for some sharp people. Do you plan on doing what you're doing all the rest of your career? If they say no, you say, good, I have something that might interest you. Now isn't the time to get into it, but I do have whatever it is that you want to show them. You want to show them a link, or you want to show them this or show them that, whatever it is that you think would be good to show them. Have some things in mind that explains it all in great detail. If I gave that to you, would you watch it? If they say yes, then when do you think you could watch it for sure? They say Sunday. So if I call you Monday, you'll have, reviewed it for sure, right? They say yes. All right, I'll check back with you then. What's the best number and time for me to call you? They give you their information. Okay, here it is. Thanks again for your excellent service. I'll talk to you soon. Are you feeling the flow of how it works? Obviously, there are many possible variations for different kinds of prospects, but I hope these examples help you understand how everything comes together. In terms of scripts, it's best if you get the basic concept down and don't focus too hard on the exact script. Life doesn't work that way, but if you learn to let your prospect know you're in a hurry, then compliment them and invite them, then pass on the tool to them. If I would, you, then confirm, use the process I described, and finally get off the phone or complete the invite. You'll do just fine. Remember, in recruiting, There is no good or bad experiences, just learning experiences on your journey to becoming a network marketing professional. The best thing that can happen for you to develop the skills to recruit on demand in any situation, then you never have to worry about being lucky. So practice, practice, practice. And that is that. That's that. And that's getting off the phone. And I just like to say that the next skill is 3, which is presenting your product or opportunity to your prospects. I hope you'll like, follow, share, and maybe subscribe for more for the next video that I bring out that will explain to you presenting your products and opportunity to your prospects properly. There's a proper way of doing it, and not to wing it, but hopefully this will pick up some things. And I thank you for your time. Have a great day, and shine like the stars. Good day.